And like they got the perfect picks for the game. They got the Mars Arena against the Gyro while also making sure that the Mirana is going to be good in lane, because all you have to do is land a spear into an arrow and that guy's going to die. So everything fits.
Everything fits for OG. But I think Virtus.Pro got something to say about this game. At least they're gonna put it all on the line to force out that third game to the series. Let's see who's gonna come out on top. And first, let's see some Pakchampanas.
Prepare for battle.
Backs against the wall. Virtus.Pro. That's when the questions begin to creep in. Are we really a playoff team? When in doubt, storm it out, Avery.
Nova will go back. His ace up the sleeve. They'll get a first blood here on Nico. Just ran into him, got caught off guard, run down. Virtus.Pro already doing better than last game.
It's true. They have a net worth lead. Didn't have that at all in game one.
I think their draft looks pretty solid. And it's kind of got a little bit of everything. Maybe you believe in the last pick Storm, maybe you don't, but it can be a good Storm game to help carry the Gyro, because the Gyro is up against some tough picks in terms of that Mars. DK is pretty tanky, and then there's two forms of invis between the Mirana Moonlight Shadow plus the Sakuchin Weaver that can kind of dodge out some of the flak. I always like the Mirana against the Gyro. I think it's one of the better supports against this hero. You get really farmed, you can build auras, and sometimes just arrow him in the middle of the fight, chain stun him forever, and Moonlight Shadow goes a long way towards initiating on this hero or keeping your supports alive against the flak. I like the Mirana pick here.
Subhub? Mono sharing his music.
Okay.
Do you agree with Kezu? Is this a Giga Weaver game?
Yeah, on paper. But I feel like I've said that about the last few Weaver games we've casted, and the hero looked pretty rough. Maybe the hero just isn't as strong as people think. I do think this is another great Weaver pick. I have some faith in the pick for sure. I just don't want to see another one of these games where it's Weaver in a good game and he goes this Hurricane Pike Manta Lincoln's nonsense and you just don't do any damage. That's also not doing any damage.
Not even getting damage on him.
I mean, why even go for that? What is the upside? Even if
you're not even going to do that much.
It's 100 mana. You now have basically one more spell for the lane on this primal.
Well, that is if
more
you
mana
don't get
burn.
caught. Oh,
easy stick charge. Gonna pull the wave here though. Not confident to play the lane straight up. Very tough lane for the primal. Can't really blame him here. You want to get that equilibrium back as quickly as possible, but Skem, he's got other ideas.
Yeah, he's one step ahead of that. They do have double range, so it is gonna kind of push in no matter what, but
not the worst situation for Saberlight. Just need to get the lane back so the clock cannot control you and set kills up for this Weaver. Always look for a bit of stacking too. It really comes down to it.
Yeah, we don't want to see another Saberlight game where he's just shut out. I feel like Virtus.Pro, I don't know, I'm not going to say he's like the key player or anything, but it does kind of feel like on their wins, Saberlight is cooking. But on their losses, he is completely absent.
Very volatile player. He's not a really strong hero for the meta so far. From what the games I've seen, Primals look really good. Well, no excuses in that department. Just a matter of, can you find the openings? Can you get the farm online and have impact in the team fights? Even if you're poor out of the laning phase, Primal can always get a lot done off of the spell power alone. The other two lanes.
I do
Solid
think
starts for Virtus.Pro here.
Pre-BKB, it is annoying to play Primal in this game, though. You've got Cogs, you've got Arena, they're fast stuns like Dragon Tail. You can't get the Weaver bugs off of you if you're trampling.
For sure. But once you get BKB.
Sure.
Very different story.
That's why it's so important for him to actually have a strong laning phase, because otherwise that BKB can get really delayed.
Wouldn't be surprised to see if OG try and go for the Mirana ganks mid on the Storm before he can get to 6 at some point. Just easy DK stun into arrow, clean him up. That is a play that VP need to think about and have TP support ready of their own, particularly on the 4-minute water rune, 6-minute power rune, and when that DK form comes out, kind of guarantee that's done. That combo can be deadly for Abed this game. Look at his leap forced out here. More damage done.
He's fighting over the Lotus. Neighborlight and tramples away.
Big minus armor on
Hellscream taking so much damage with these bugs.
Minus 10 or 11 there. That hurts. Very strong lane for OG. This is their strongest lane in this game, other than the mid lane, which is free farm lane for Yopaj, but he's not really shutting Abed down. Strong start for Tomato on the gyro, though. We saw what this gyro could do in that game 1. It's now going to be in his hands. One of his signature heroes here. And he's off to the races. Very good CS. Got the early kill.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
This is the 4-minute water rune that maybe look for some action here against the Storm. You can deny it out or just stun arrow him on it, but Fly already ahead of the gameplay. Keeps forcing these leaps out. Not fun for Tims. He's going to have to go to base.
Do you think escape act primal while he's trampling is good?
Okay. I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, he can't be targeted. He gets extra movement speed.
Probably getting out of it pretty fast, though.
Radiant's courier just
Not Hellscream.
Catch.
Natsumi attacks him with a Shikuchi, bit of damage. They will respect the fact that Saberlight could come in with his full combo.
I really want to see Natsumi go a different Weaver build than the other ones we saw. If there's one player who's going to get more aggressive with this hero, to me it is him.
So you don't like the Maelstrom build?
Maelstrom's fine.
Isn't that what we saw, man, dude?
I think that build was okay. I just don't like triple defensive item. Builds end up into Hurricane Pike Lincoln's Manta, and you just don't do any damage. It's like that game we watched at Toro. He just went 3 defensive items and he was dying anyway.
I mean, I want to see Deso. You have a minus armor lineup, right? You got Dragon Knight.
I like the Deso. Deso, Daedalus, Divine. Lock it in.
Okay. That's a man's build right there.
Yeah. That's a man's hero.
Twenty seconds till power rune.
Bringing the Mars mid with this DK form.
Yeah, I like that because you might be bringing the Primal Beast in.
Middle tower is under
So
attack.
you gotta kind of equalize things. One of the advantages of Primal is he can make those kind of silly plays.
Dyer's middle tower.
Here, he's just gonna have to teleport away as Natsumi kicks him out as he was cutting waves. Yopaj committing to the tower here. Big damage.
Dyer's middle tower.
Virtus.Pro needs some help.
Drowning.
They're just abandoning this here one. Do save catapult top with a big wave, so they are getting some trade-off here. Opted to just play ultra safe, not lose the Storm to this gank. Wasted the Mars time.
Tower is under attack. Dyer's middle
That is not where you want to be.
Fly able to snowball dodge a bit of the damage, but the teleports are coming in.
DK teleport. That's an expensive EP up here, so you got to get
Body
something.
blocking. Very good stuff. It will get that offlane tower.
Just got
Worth the free. I mean, it gets worth the free Yopaj. Gets the tier 1 mid, goes top, gets a kill. This will help secure that Wisdom Shrine as well. Like, kind of gotta get out of here so you give some of the XP to the Mars. It's a D-Ward as well. Nice D-Ward in here.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. This is not an objective you can give up.
bottom tower. Won't last long.
All right, they bring the Storm. That'll secure it.
But we'll secure it as long as somebody goes back, takes it at some point. Very nice of Abed to leave it for his supports.
Very nice indeed. Or maybe for the primal, they want a faster primal level 6 here. Both these offlaners had a very rough time in this laning phase, as these carries are super strong laners, had the better lead. The difference in this game could come down to that mid. Who makes some better moves, gets those power runes, finds some bigger pickoffs here, starts snowballing a little faster. And both these mids have some pretty good supports to play with them. The 8-minute power rune. What Tim's wanted to find.
Gonna be bottom shield rune for Abed, and perhaps a kill. The kill that leads to a galvanized stack.
Arrow?
Arrow does land off of the dragon tail, but escape pact will keep him alive. Can we talk about, by the way, that change to storms here? The galvanized stacks, you only lose 2 on death rather than 3.
Pretty big change.
Why did they do that? I feel like Storm has been pretty good and has certainly snowballed a lot of galvanized stacks. I feel like there should be a way to remove them. And take their stacks?
That's really dangerous against Arena. I agree. I don't think it's a change Storm needed, but hey, was Storm that popular in the meta? Not really. Now, ult for nothing. Clean up this hard camp a little bit. It's awkward for OG to go in on these early kills if the supports are there because the bailout. You have all this single target stun chain effect, but if the hero just gets boxed or snowballed, it all goes away.
Sure.
That's where the Weaver's going to have to make his impact felt in this game as it's pulverized.
Using echolocation.
And Saberblade will get the hell out of there. Does not want to fight this clock at all. Kind of a slower start for OG. I mean, they're doing fine net worth-wise, but they did not run this game over like we saw game 1. VP holding their own. A lot better heroes at fighting early. Trying to find some power runes for Abed. That's the one piece of the puzzle that has not been there, but they have a very farm gyro who can connect the plays and fights in the river. Lotto looking to do just that.
We'll be connecting to, I was going to say Marana, but it's a Dragonite. That's a hero you actually can kill here with a zip in. Pulls back into the snowball. Yopaj turns back around. Dragon Tail stun onto the Storm Spirit. Might be caught inside the arena. No. Nico finally lets loose the spear, kills Tomato as a result. And the Dragonite doesn't go down. In fact, Abed was underneath the sentry, had to zip away. Hellscream gets up to the high ground. Okay, nice little whoopee cushion play. Natsumi still catches up to him though. And the drinking buddies will not bail him out. 2 deaths. And they'll even force Abed to use a little bit more mana to get away.
Great TP from Natsumi. This is the early Weaver action you need in this game to turn to these tides. If the Gyro is going to come fight, you need the Weaver to come fight. And perfect arena. Nico saves the Dragonite, secures the kill on the Gyro. OG very ready for that exchange. They do not want to give power rune control to the Storm here. You see how much they're prioritizing it. They continue to impress with the calls. Like, have very good reads of who they need in certain plays and who they're ready to fight.
Reveal kills Abed.
Even some people like that, very fast, very efficient, just clean. VP not ready for it. That is what's going to build you a gold lead in these games. Just making smart plays with the right people. Even going to steal some of the ancient stacks. So we saw VP trying to take away OGs earlier. Now it's getting done to them, and you cannot defend this one without that Storm.
Yeah, this is something they can actually take, whereas we saw Virtus.Pro, they maybe got some of the hard camp creeps, so they didn't really get any of those ancients.
Is under attack.
I'm kind of flirting around behind this tier 1. Looking for Saberblade. Does have that ward behind the tower. Does not see the TP though.
Grab on Natsumi. Hook shot to stop the follow-up. So Stem gives up his life, bails out Natsumi.
Absolutely the right play. Again, in the right place on the map with the right heroes. Yeah, you give up the clock, but that is not what VP wanted out of that play.
And another power rune that's going to be denied from Abed because he had to make that play. An arcane rune at that. A rune that he would have loved to have. Instead goes to Yopaj.
I don't think he's gotten a single power in this game.
Got the shield rune, right?
Oh yeah, the one he jumped on the clock early, 6-minute one. slow game for him. Not getting galvanized stacks, not getting power runes, not finding a lot of kills.
Oh, you left the tower one hit, eh?
What are they doing with that?
Couldn't withstand the
Easy gold here.
Stupendous.
A little mistakes add up.
They do. It's what swings this lead OG's way. Bringing the Weaver top, looking for a little skirmish action.
Will outnumber if the Mars can join in on this fight. Go after Fly, see if they can get a quick pick off on him. All he could do is snowball and Natsumi. Ricky Buddy's trying to pull him out, but now they got the arena. That locks in Tomato as well. They spear him back. They do not want to commit to this fight, not with the mass teleports that are coming in. Virtus.Pro just have to complete their teleports and hope that they can get 1 or 2 kills out of it. Kill scam.
Might re-engage with the DK here. He used a lot.
Dragon Tail stun, but an escape back bails him out. Turn around, pulverize into the wheel perhaps. Nico doesn't stare in. He managed to get the spear onto the gyrocopter, stopping a bunch of flat cannon damage. Oh, it's gonna rain in, finally gets the shot off, and that'll kill Nico double for Tomato off of that one. OG, this time it's their turn to kind of misread the situation, and it's gonna cost them badly here if they can actually take the Wisdom Strike. Nah, they're not healthy enough.
That Weaver's still lurking around. Great fight for VP. Near the tower, they get some value out of their ultimates and a lot of value out of the tankiness of these heroes early on. Like 1700 HP Gyro, 1800 HP Primal. Just too much meat to cut through. Jims went in for the big plays, gets bursted down from that Gyro. You almost finish Tomato off, but if the Weaver can't commit to the fight, you are not going to convert here. Still looking for the fast plays. DK Mirana combo is gonna connect. Yes.
Got him on the Starstorm second round.
Nice little pick off there. Power runes continuing to work for this Dragon Knight haste rune and getting him in there.
This is very efficient. The rest of the smoke, the Clockwork uses it to get a ward deep behind the safe lane tower, which hasn't died yet, but OG are clearly making a move to eliminate it. They're going to catch Tomato. Pull, Drinking Buddies does not give him a leeway against the spear. Tomato, well, he's fast, but Yopaj has a blink dagger. Gets the other side of him. They'll both get cleaned up.
What a sick connection, especially from Skem. The route he took off of all that was absolutely perfect. To find the wards, Gyro, VP just not expecting a second play off of that initial smoke.
Now he heads to bottom through the gate.
He's just doing everything here.
Do they have the damage to kill Abed? Arrow off of all of that. Okay, nicely chain stun by OG.
This is what impresses me about this team. The little synergy is so damn good right now. Again, the recognition to bring the right people into the plays every time. The exact right moment. That is a sign of a very good team and a team that is gelling very well together. It builds you leads. Only up to 3K here. That Gyro is still very fat, but better plays being made by OG around the map right now. Netting them a lot of gold across their cores. The pipe's going to be done for the Mars here shortly. DK is starting to ramp up his damage. You have a mech on the Mirana. Auras are going to be there for OG in the 5-on-5, and then you start to wonder, are you going to run out of damage as Virtus.Pro? With a lot of spread damage in this lineup. Not a lot of single target burst as you went to Drinking Buddies over the tag team for the Gyro, but this Mars gets Pipe Crimson up. Plus some auras from the Mirana. Very concerned about EV taking a head-on 5-on-5. Who's building auras for them? I mean, they have 3 cores that are all itemizing as traditional go in, deal damage, right-click auras. What kind of have auras in this game?
Do you need auras if you have save?
If you have enough damage, no. Oh, isn't that disgusting? I don't know what that was.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Empiric mana drop. Everyone's gonna get it.
Probably gonna see more mana draws with the clarity nerf. Downing Roche with an arrow. Pipe is done for OG, so they're ready to fight. Jump just about anything in this game. But BP make the correct call. They bail on that top lane, trying to protect the gyro as he pushes towards finishing up the Dragon Lance here. Just get even tankier in this early game. Getting a little too cocky mid though. You have saves behind you, but OG have a lot of chain stun potential.
They glyph the wave to try and keep Tomato there a little bit longer, but
and still no power wound for Abed. It spawns top, and it is a big one. Damage into the Roche for OG.
Yeah, they've got plenty of damage now. Guardian makes Roshan pretty easy to take and amp damage that much easier. And they have the scan.
It's late.
Can't do much about it. I mean, they're going to smoke towards it.
Not to jump the pit here.
Abed, it's going to be up to you. Tomato, he's going to get close. On some heroes, they're going to try and blow up the Mirana, but Roshan is already dead and the Aegis is picked up. Spear goes out, good snowball dodge. Wheel right in the middle of this arena, catching Natsumi, and Natsumi gets off the time lapse. He doesn't lose the Aegis, and now he's just going to go hog wild, chasing after heroes. Tomato, he's going to be his first target. There goes Gyrocopter, now turns back to Saberlight's Primal Beast. Good whiff, Hell Scream, trying to create a little bit of separation for Saberlight to blink away successfully. That does happen. But what also happens is 4 kills for OG off of that team fight.
Great front line from Tim's, just pure distraction. He has the buyback to the outpost anyway. Waste the pulverize of the Mirana. That fight's wide open. Weaver lives, gets time lapse. As a result, no Aegis gets burned. The Mjolnir was completed for Natsumi with the amp damage going into that Roche, so he's peaking in terms of his damage in this early game. Pays off in the fight. Again, all the little things adding up here for OG. They played it right. Played it smart, even with the sick dodge here. Hook shot misses, spear misses. You land the wheel, and you still lose the fight. Pipe and mech too strong here.
Yeah, you could see the Primal Beast like charging through. The pipe makes it so he doesn't do any damage. Natsumi again, time lapse right before death.
Oh, that's a big pickup here. You're trying to get to that primal BKB. Getting slowed down as the DK. Getting massive. Full BKB done for Yopaj. Level 15.5. We need more impact from the Storm in this next 10-minute period. G are just getting too much off the map. They're building the 5-on-5. Gotta start getting some galvanized stacks or something. Here's another interesting smoke. Just 3 heroes from bottom.
Swarming in, going after the Storm Spirit. Escape act, but they're gonna try and spear off of it. It doesn't latch to a tree, so Abed zip, zip, zip. And away he goes. Maybe supports are gonna be left behind. Hell Scream.
Ooh, sick hook shot.
They get a kill, yeah. Fly, dragon-tailed. Pushed around by the cogs. Full supports die to that smoke.
OG just playing faster right now. All the little connections, the smoke plays, they're landing. Even gonna pick up a wisdom shrine here. Will lose their own if it gets scanned out. So not fast enough to get everything, but man, are they snowballing this game fast.
Time to take objectives.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
These are not the style of games that Storm thrives in. If you don't find pickoffs and the enemy can just build early, sustain and auras,
is drowning.
not the best hero jumping into a 5-man ball with mech pipe and bringing some hero down.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Late Orchid. And Abed is going to be very susceptible to this. All he's got is Yashikaya, and he's looking at Shard and Shiva's next because they need some damage to get through this pipe mech action.
Going to catch the Primal on his way to BKB again. It is delayed by 250 gold.
A feast for my beetles.
Can't even get the lanes out anymore.
And damage, things are beginning to spiral.
Need some tier 1s here.
Dire's middle tower.
Virtus.Pro. This tier 1 bottom and mid that are still standing are just preventing you getting the lanes in. You can't force the split from OG. You're going to smoke bottom to protect it again. And this will land another successful smoke.
Yeah, we saw in game 1, Virtus.Pro just throwing themselves at the safe lane tier 1 tower, trying to finish off. It seems to be a persistent problem against OG. They can't get any of these objectives out of the way, and so have no map control as a result.
Him stalking Abed bottom. They are gonna get him. The setup is just so good right now. They use this Mirana ult. He stalks in bottom, sets up for the DK stun. They were setting the Invis Clockwork in top, who is single-handedly pushing Gyro off the map right now. Gets hit by a flare. He's just going in.
Yeah, why not? Just mess with them. I mean, Virtus.Pro are certainly not in a position to turn around and fight, even as they see heroes on the other side of the map. They know there's no Dragonite here, but what can you do?
Very clean.
And now the BKB is done for the Primal Beast. So the Virtus.Pro, they think, okay, now we've got something to do in team fights. Unfortunately, they are 10,000 net worth behind, so
Let out a lot to get here.
Tower has fallen.
Now you need more damage. Feels like you need that full Daedalus on the Gyro. Go thinking about Lincoln's here, but I'd be pretty tempted to just go Crimson, and you might be able to just end the game off the aura power. Should expect VP to smoke right now with that Primal BKB completion. You got to start looking for something. Get this storm rolling, especially before next Roche spawns. Try and recover some of this lead, build yourself up to that objective. Moonlight Shadow is going to push OG towards the front lines unseen. Be baiting the Gyro on the front line with the saves behind him. Not a bad idea if you can execute on it.
they jump on Tomato and they can escape back. Turn around, they actually get the grab on the Dragonite. They're going to try and blow up Yopaj. It doesn't work. He got off the BKB. Now it's a little awkward as Tomato uses his BKB to retreat. They did what damage they could, but ultimately, as soon as Yopaj popped BKB, this fight was over. And now it's just a question of how many Virtus.Pro heroes can get out alive. Not going to be the two supports. Does the Gyrocopter get away? Nope. Goes into Arrow. Double buyback from the supports, but their carry is already dead. Saberlight dies to Yopaj. What did you buy back for?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. OG lose. Absolutely nothing. They gain a huge amount. It's just nothing to fight that Dragonite on the front line with BKB. I mean, as you said, once he pops it and sits there and you messed up your chain stun combo, that felt like the fight.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That's it.
Good game.
Wow, what a domination of a series.
I think going into this, most people would have favored OG given the way they looked at this DreamLeague. Virtus.Pro making it to playoffs has been, still been kind of inconsistent. And unfortunately, I think we saw them on a particular low mark here. But unsurprisingly,